My husband was married to his ex, Nat, for 13 years. She then had an affair with his friend. She got caught, and he divorced her after 2 years. The divorce was finalized when the child was 2.5 years old. She later married my husband's former friend, Matt. Matt was a married man, and I'm good friends with his ex. She tells me that Nat was always known to be kind of, sorry for the lack of a better word, easy pickings. Apparently, her husband wasn't the only one. From what I've heard, she was also having an affair with her now deceased former fitness trainer right around the time she conceived. This information wasn't shocking to me. I've always found it strange how my supposed stepson looks nothing like my husband. They have no common features. They look totally unrelated. I brought up this new information with my husband, and he defended his ex by saying that they had a talk about it and that their son was his. I wasn't convinced and asked him to take a paternity test. He agreed. We both decided that we would continue to be in the kid's life, even if it didn't turn out to be my husband's. We would obviously no longer have to pay child support, but we would have no problem being a part of his life. My husband took the test. His ex was livid, but my husband went to court, and she had no choice but to relent. Turns out, my suspicions were right. It's not his biological kid. We no longer pay child support, and since then the ex has made it impossible for my husband to meet the kid. My husband tried to reason with her, but we finally decided to let it go. I'm currently pregnant, and we don't want to deal with the ex. The child is about to turn 5 next week and has been desperate to see me and my husband. We had a meeting arranged where we had a good time with the kid. When his ex came to pick her son up, she called my husband a whipped deadbeat who financially abandoned his son for a woman. Apparently, I had no business of asking him to take a DNA test and ruin things. I got angry and told her she was the one who deceived him into raising her affair baby and milking child support from a man who was not her child's biological father. I told her that we wanted to be a part of the kid's life, but didn't want to be financially responsible for another man's child. Am I the a-hole? You and your husband, not the a-hole. His ex just wants money for nothing and is pissed that her free ride is over. Not the a-hole. I think you did the right thing bringing it up, and also saved him financially. I wouldn't let his ex make life difficult for you both. Everyone sucks here. The ex-wife is awful. But you surely didn't think you could prove this kid wasn't your husband's biological child, quit paying child support, and still be able to skip off onto the sunset with the little boy twice a month. Y'all hate the wife. She hates y'all. And now there's no court-ordered visitation or custody. So exactly what sort of role did you expect your husband to play? Everyone sucks here, except the kid. His mom sucks for obvious reasons, cheating and deceiving, etc. and so on. By terminating the child support, your husband declared himself not this kid's dad anymore. Regardless of whether he was the biological father, he had assumed that role. By cutting the child off financially, you two made this choice. I can't understand how you were shocked by this. And frankly, I doubt that you aren't actually happy with the results. If he wanted to continue to be this kid's dad, he should have continued to act like his dad. If he's not his parent anymore and you guys have declared it to be so, his relationship with this boy is over. Poor kid didn't deserve this. Child support is for the child. You didn't take that money away from her. You took it from him. You're within your rights to do so, but not to expect for your husband to continue in his son's life. If he wanted the kid to still be part of his family regardless of blood, he should never have taken steps to formalize that he is not his dad and terminate custody. Frankly, I think you guys are being pretty cruel to this young boy, taking the only father he's ever known away from him. Your husband doesn't get to claim that title or be a part of his life if he doesn't want to support him. So, I'm a 33-year-old, 5'3" female. I'm always a bit on the chubby or overweight side, and when I met my ex-husband and we started dating, I was around 150 pounds. We dated for 5 years, got engaged, got married, and my weight never fluctuated. I was always at around 150 pounds. Things took a turn for the worse for me physically after I got pregnant. I put on around 50 pounds throughout the pregnancy, and put on 30 more pounds after I gave birth to my son. It was my own fault though. I really let myself go. I felt ugly and bloated, and could feel that my husband was no longer attracted to me. One day, he just straight up told me that he wasn't attracted to me anymore because of my weight gain, and begged me to work out. I knew that he was right. I was really unhealthy, but I didn't have the motivation to lose weight. Now, this weight gain happened over the course of 2 years. Our bedroom life was on life support, and I got fatter. One day, my ex ended up breaking down emotionally and confessed that he was having an affair with his coworker Emily. I always had suspicions about the two of them because I knew that he found her attractive. She was the kind of woman he liked. She was thick, as men would call it. He said that I was a good person and that he would always love me as the mother of his children and his best friend. But he wasn't in love with me anymore, the way a husband should love and desire his wife. He was really sorry and apologetic. We both cried and hugged it out. Although I was hurt, I understood his point of view. Our divorce was pretty smooth. Emily and I became good friends. Our son was thriving. I even attended their wedding. So, 2 years after my divorce and after their wedding, I got an opportunity to work with an organization in the UK. I was away for 8 months. I really missed my son, but we FaceTimed every day. So during my stay, my roommates were skinny women with attractive boyfriends. And then it hit me. I had to lose weight. So in those 8 months, with a combination of diet and exercise, I lost over 100 pounds. I worked really hard, and by the time I was back home, I was 123 pounds. I worked out like crazy. I had never looked that good in my entire adult life. Back home, Emily was pregnant with her first child, and it turned out that the child wasn't my ex's. Even though my ex accepted the child, it was clear that he was unhappy. The day I went to pick my son up, I found out that Emily wasn't home. My son was asleep, and ex greeted me at the door. Instead of being happy for me, he looked shocked and a little hurt. He playfully asked if I got too much male attention now. I said yes, I did, and it actually felt good. I was honest. He got angry and accused me of being selfish when I was with him. He tearfully asked me why I didn't do the hard work when he begged me to, saying that it could have saved our marriage. I was honestly speechless. Was I selfish? Am I the a-hole? Not the a-hole. Your ex-husband is ridiculous. His begging wasn't motivational. Also, he cheated. I don't think your marriage was worth saving anyway. Not the a-hole. There's more to a marriage than physical appearance, and if that is all he cared about, he was the one being selfish. He's just upset because his greener grass didn't turn out the way he hoped. There's more to marriage than appearance, but a plus 80-pound shift is indicative of lifestyle changes. It's not a slowing metabolism accounting for a few extra pounds. We can reduce their positions harshly in either directions. She chose a family pack of Twinkies over her family, for example. It's not really helpful to do that, though. He's upset because he sees her weight gain as the cause of their marriage failing. Seeing a skinny roommate was good enough motivation, but your husband begging you wasn't. He cheated, though, so he'll get no sympathy from me. I love the karmic justice of his new wife carrying someone else's child. Not the a-hole. Wow. You would have never been able to lose weight for him. You need to do it for yourself, which is what you did. It probably took him leaving you in those 8 months away to get the motivation. Marriage vows are through sickness and health, blah blah blah, because it means you are committed to each other no matter what happens. You gained some weight and your husband checked out. He's the a-hole. Enjoy your new body, and hopefully you will find a hot, supportive man who will love you no matter what. I think I feel guilty because I wasn't really sick. I just let myself go. It was entirely within my control, and he always told me that it was unhealthy and dangerous for me to carry that much fat around my body. I have a small frame. He was also honest about the fact that he wasn't attracted to me anymore. He begged me to go see a doctor, but I didn't care back then. He had the affair a year after that. Everyone sucks here. Both of you suck. Him for having an affair, and you for not caring. Just seems like when you were married, you didn't care to put an effort into keeping the intimacy and attraction alive. He's horrible for cheating on you, but at the same time, you didn't care to change. So, yes, both of you were selfish. Years ago, I discovered my older sister, Lisa, was cheating on her fiance. First, I confronted her about her affair, and she begged me to not reveal her affair to her fiance, as she was coming clean. I told her fiance. He caught off the engagement and broke up with her. She was very devastated about the whole ordeal and blames me for the failure of her relationships. My girlfriend, Anna, and I have been dating for 4 years. She's wonderful, and I cannot wait to marry her someday. My sister doesn't like my girlfriend, or rather she's convinced that she is cheating on me. Every single interaction my girlfriend has with another man is, according to Lisa, evidence of her infidelity. This is very obviously absurd and has led to Anna and I distancing ourselves from Lisa and blocking her on all social media. Currently, my sister has a 3-year-old daughter and is pregnant with her second child. Her boyfriend recently got laid off and she doesn't work. Unfortunately, they can't stay in their apartment right now, so they asked me if they could move in with me. My girlfriend was very sympathetic to their situation and agreed to have them stay with us. My niece adores Anna and they get along well. Lisa wasn't making inappropriate comments directed at my comment. She wasn't insinuating that Anna was cheating on me. She was rather respectful, and I think my girlfriend and I really appreciated the change in attitude. A couple of days ago, Anna received the tragic news that her friend Ben unexpectedly passed away. Ben and Anna were very close friends, and they clearly held a love for each other. Anna is very obviously devastated by his death, and though she's been very busy in trying to distract herself, I do want to give her time to properly grieve his death. At first, Lisa was being rather respectful, until she wasn't. Lisa asked her a question about how they met, and Anna showed her a picture of both of them in primary school. In the picture, Anna and Ben are holding hands, and Anna has a big grin on her face. Now, I don't know the backstory of this picture, but I know that it's not the smoking gun of my girlfriend's infidelity. From that point, she's been confronting me with useless proof. Lisa has been telling me to watch out for my girlfriend, questioning why she was so upset with Ben's death, why she still has pictures from where they were dating in primary school. Spoiler, they've never dated before. I told her to shut up. Lisa, while Ben's brother had come to visit Anna in our home, heavily insinuated that my girlfriend was loose because she moved on from one brother to the next. This was extremely disrespectful, and so I yelled at her and kicked her out. Now I'm starting to feel guilty. My sister has nowhere to stay, my parents aren't very fond of her boyfriend, so staying with them isn't the best option, and Anna and my niece were having a great time. I'm starting to feel bad. Am I the a-hole? Not the a-hole. You made it clear to Lisa that her advice was unnecessary regarding Anna. She didn't get the message. If you want to be nice, give her one more opportunity so that she can work it out, because there is a child in the mix. Make it absolutely clear that what Anna does or does not do regarding your relationship has absolutely nothing to do with her, and any comment regarding Anna will result in you asking her to leave in X days. Not the a-hole. So your boyfriend can't get along with your parents, and your sister can't get along with your partner. I'd say they are the problem. You don't need that disrespect in your own home. Wait, she's claiming a photo of them holding hands, taken when they were in primary school, is evidence of infidelity? If primary school means the same thing where you are, as it does here in the UK, school you attend ages 4 to 11, then that is ludicrous. Bloody hell, I got married to a male friend of mine when we were both at primary school. We had a ceremony in the playground, and the other kids threw dandelion heads as confetti. Is that something I have to disclose to all my future boyfriends now, in case they view it as evidence of infidelity? She's projecting, hard, not the a-hole. A little bit of background. I'm 27 female. My husband is 42 male. He's pretty high-ranking at a biomedical tech company, and I'm an adjunct professor at the university where we live. So basically, he makes a lot more money than I do, and he has a job right now, and my university has canceled classes for the rest of the semester. So I've been spending quite a bit of time at home. I know what our relationship looks like. I know very well. I've been accused of being a gold digger many times, but it really isn't like that. We have a great relationship, and I'm with him no matter how much money he has. I love him with my whole heart, and I know he loves me the same. Anyways, my sister lives across the country and also has quite a bit of money, though a good chunk of hers is inheritance from my late father-in-law. I'll be honest, I don't think she's liked me much from the start. I guess I get it. She's trying to look out for her brother and make sure he doesn't get bled dry. But we've been married for a year now, and together for 2.5 total, so I guess I'd hope she'd be better by now. She's not usually openly hostile, but passive-aggressive comments sometimes. So we were FaceTiming with her last week to check in on her and make sure she's been holding up okay with everything going on. And I mentioned I wasn't doing much while my husband was at work. I don't remember exactly what she said, but basically something to the effect of, "Oh, you're one step closer to being a freeloading trophy wife." That's absolutely not true, and I have no control over my lack of work right now. So I kind of blew up at her. Basically called her some things I shouldn't have that are, in hindsight, pretty rude and offensive. I feel pretty bad that I threw a tantrum there and didn't handle it like an adult, but I was really sick of it. I know a lot of people post about crappy in-laws here, but I genuinely can't tell if I was the a-hole for blowing up at her and not keeping it in control. My husband did stand up for me, but they're the only living family they have left, and we both agreed cutting her out of our life isn't the right move. I'm torn between feeling like crap and feeling justified. So, am I the a-hole? Info, because someone asked. Here's some of what I said to her. Called her a massive witch. Said she'd never worked for anything in her life because her dad had money. So, who's the real gold digger here? Said she's just jealous because she doesn't have all of her brother's attention anymore. You know, the works. There is absolutely no reason for you to tolerate anything less than polite and decent treatment. But, and I am sure you know this or you wouldn't be on here, there are ways to make your point that leave you much less vulnerable to criticism. Don't give that woman any further traction against you. It can be very difficult to be direct and calm under those circumstances, but if you can manage it, you win. For now, everyone sucks here, but frankly, I understand how you can get pushed past the limit. Everyone sucks here. She started it. You took the bait and called her names. Simple as that. Not just that, but put yourself in the sister-in-law's point of view. 2.5 years ago, her nearly 40-year-old, only living relative brother starts dating a 24-year-old. Doesn't pass the half your age plus 7 sniff test, so already a little off. She's likely at this point a teacher's aide graduate student, not yet a money-earning professor. I imagine this, combined with the sister not living close by and seeing the interaction between the pair, made her feel like this was not a great match. The brother should have been the one to clarify things. The sister was making remarks based on old perceptions and should have been corrected by her brother before this. Then OP stooped lower than her and unleashed. Everyone sucks here.